Have you been wondering what your dreams mean? Did you dream about being with your specific person or driving the car you want? Or maybe working at an amazing new job right after you decided to manifest these things? Did you ever do an imagining session to manifest something you wanted right before bed and it felt amazing and positive, but you ended up having a bad or stressful dream around the same topic that night? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then make sure to watch this video until the end, because today I'm going to talk to you about dreams and how they relate to manifesting. What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from Seraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach, and today's video is all about your nighttime dreams, both the happy and positive dreams and the nightmares. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon, so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, email coaching is available. You'll find the links in the description below. I also have a brand new 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person. So if that's what you're looking for, then click the link in the description to check it out. Alright, so let's talk about dreams. Now, broadly speaking, dreams fall in one of two big categories. Dreams that are the product of your subconscious mind, and mystical and metaphysical dreams. So let's start with the first category, because for the majority of people, most of your dreams fall into this category. Most of your dreams are a product of your subconscious mind. Dreams that are the product of your subconscious mind can be divided into several different types, and I'm going to explain each type and how it relates to what you're manifesting. The first type is nighttime dreams that are mainly your brain processing information you received during the day. This category can contain both pleasant and unpleasant dreams. For example, let's say that today it was someone's birthday at work and you threw him a surprise party, and then at home you watched a YouTube video about manifesting your specific person, and then you watched an episode of a TV series. Let's say it was How I Met Your Mother. And then you went to bed. Now, when we go to sleep at night, our brain sorts all the information we received during the day and decides what is important and needs to be easily accessed, what is connected to what other information you have stored in your mind, and what isn't important and you don't really need to retain it. This happens so that if, for example, you had a math class and a cooking class today, the new math knowledge will be connected to all the math you already have stored in your head for easy access, while all the cooking information will be connected to everything else you know about cooking. Think of it like defragging a computer hard disk, only for your brain. When you sleep, your brain does a similar process to rearrange the files stored in it and optimize access speed. Now, this can result in some really wacky dreams where several elements from your day are combined in a pretty hilarious or sometimes really frightening way. In the example with the surprise party, the specific person video, and the How I Met Your Mother episode, for example, this can result in you dreaming that you work at Goliath National Bank together with Barney, who is your specific person, and you're throwing him a surprise party. Or if you play a video game for 8 hours straight, for example, then it's pretty common to dream about playing that video game that night too, or having a dream where you live in the reality of that specific game. If you're extremely tired, if, for example, you only had 3 or 4 hours of sleep every night for the past few days, and you finally get a chance to sleep longer, this can often result in a pretty disconcerting dream that involves several elements from the past few days, all thrown together in a creepy manner. That's because your brain is trying to compensate for the lack of sleep and rearrange and file information from several days all at once. This type of dreams doesn't necessarily mean anything about what you're trying to manifest. It is usually just your brain dealing with information and adapting to what you learned and experienced during the day. The second type of dreams in this category are positive dreams related to your desire. For example, let's say you want to manifest a specific person. You do your imagining session, whether that's before falling asleep or at some other time during the day, Or you use scripting or any other method to manifest being happily together with that specific person. And then when you fall asleep at night, you have this wonderful dream where you two are married and happy, and they're telling you how much they love you. This kind of dream indicates that you're on the right path. You have planted the seed of your desire, and your subconscious has accepted it and producing nighttime dreams in line with your desire. Now, having such a dream doesn't mean your end result is guaranteed. If you wake up and start feeling scared and start doubting this will ever manifest for you, then you can still mess it up. But if you wake up from this amazing dream and see it as a sign that your seed has been planted successfully and now the manifestation of your desire in the physical world is inevitable, and if you leave from the end of that desire, then your desire is going to manifest. On the other hand, though, some people experience the opposite when it comes to their nighttime dreams. They will feel very, very positive all day and have real confidence that what they want is going to manifest, and they will breeze through their imagining session or whatever technique feeling awesome, and they may even go to bed feeling ecstatic and as if they already have their desire in the physical world right now, and they end up having a bad dream or a nightmare connected to that desire. For example, you spend a day living from the end of being happily married to your specific person, and it felt real and no doubts entered your mind, and you went to bed smiling and feeling on top of the world. And then you ended up dreaming about your specific person telling you they don't have feelings for you, or you dreamed that you were attending their wedding with another person, or that they were cheating on you or something along those lines. Now, when this happens, many people freak out and think that this must be a sign that their desire is not possible to manifest, that they should just forget it, or that they did something wrong with their imagining session, didn't use a technique right, didn't create the right imaginal scene, etc. In most cases, this is not at all what has happened. Having such a negative dream doesn't mean you have messed up somehow, and it most definitely doesn't mean that your desire is out of reach and that it is impossible to manifest it. Remember, both in your waking life and in most of your dreams, everyone is you pushed out. During a nighttime dream, every single person you see and interact with in the dream is a creation of your subconscious. You may see a specific person in a nighttime dream, but they aren't actually there in your dream. It's just an avatar of them that your subconscious mind created. It's not them, it's you. Dreams are the best way to understand how everyone is you pushed out works, because unless you become lucid in a dream, which means that you know it is a dream while you're still in it, without waking up, then you will think that you're interacting with all these different people who have their own personalities and have free will and make their own choices, when in truth it's all in your head. It's just a movie your subconscious mind created, and every single character in your dream is you, because they were created 100% by your own mind. And you know that when you wake up from a nighttime dream. But while you're in the dream, they all feel real. They feel like real people. Only after waking up do we realize it was all a dream, and it was all something our mind made up. Well, the waking world is exactly like that. Everyone is us pushed out. And what seems so solid and real is nothing more than a movie we have created and then forgot it was just a movie, and we got lost in the plot. But back to the negative dreams about your specific goal you're manifesting. When you have such a dream, especially if you went to bed feeling all positive and happy and certain that you can manifest your desire, pay attention to the dream, because it reveals the places where your subconscious still gets hung up around this goal. For example, if you're manifesting a specific person and you ended up dreaming that you caught them cheating on you, this means you still have insecurities around this issue, or a past event that still haunts you and is making you fear that your specific person is going to cheat on you. This kind of dream is a great thing when it happens. I mean, I know it sucks, no doubt about that. I've woken up crying my eyeballs out from such dreams myself several times in the past. I know they can be horrible and they can ruin your day if you let them, but they're incredibly useful because they point to exactly what is blocking you from manifesting your desire. And knowing what is in the way is half the battle. Many of my coaching clients complain that they have done everything right and they don't know why their desire hasn't manifested yet. And many of them have actually done everything right, They have created a great scene, they use it daily, they are living from the end, they have planted the seed. They truly cannot see what the hang-up is. Well, it may be glaringly obvious to me what belief or fear they have that is getting in their way. This is very normal. This is very normal because things such as fears, doubts, insecurities, guilt, shame, those are part of our shadow. Those are things we suppress. They are part of ourselves that are often our blind spot. We legitimately do not notice them until someone else points them out, and sometimes we don't want to see them even then. That's a universal thing. It happens to everybody. But that's why this type of dream is so useful. Because if you legitimately don't notice a limiting belief or a fear or worry you have, then it's going to manifest in your reality somehow. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather have that manifest in a dream, where I can recognize it for what it is and I can work on changing it, rather than having it manifest in my physical reality. So if you have a negative dream about what you want to manifest, then analyze it. Figure out what you are suppressing that is creating this kind of dream. Is it a fear you have? Is this fear based on past experiences? Figure out what fears, insecurities, limiting beliefs this dream expresses, and then take the limiting belief or the fear and write an opposite positive statement to include in your daily affirmations. Find the events from your past that gave birth to this fear and use revision to write a different story so that this belief or this fear or this insecurity will have no reason to stay alive within you anymore. I mean, all limiting beliefs start somewhere. You weren't born with them. Some event created them. So if you go back to that event that gave birth to that fear and change it, the fear or the insecurity will just melt away and be gone. Especially when a pattern repeats in dreams, and they are negative dreams, it means that there is something there that you need to address because it is blocking you. And chances are these negative things and scenarios from your dreams were created out of the same limiting beliefs and fears and past trauma and whatever that is making it hard for you to believe that you can manifest your desire and making it hard for you to live from the end result you want. So these dreams help you pinpoint exactly the things you need to work on. Now, some people are scared that if they spend any time analyzing such dreams in order to find the fears and the limiting beliefs that they have suppressed, that they're going to manifest negative things in their physical reality because they're focusing on finding these negative beliefs. That is not how it works though. Suppressing something doesn't make it go away. It is still there and you're still manifesting from it. And if you don't deal with it, then eventually it will manifest negative things in your physical reality, not just in your dreams. So if you want to be free from it and make sure it doesn't manifest negative physical experiences, then you need to deal with it. You need to deal with it when it shows up in your dreams. Ignoring these dreams and the limiting thoughts and fears they point to isn't going to prevent them from manifesting in your reality. Only taking the time to figure out the message of the dream and what insecurities or fears or limiting beliefs or past traumatic events it points to so that you can actively eliminate it is going to ensure that things behind the dream doesn't manifest negative stuff in your physical experience. If something exists in you, it'll always influence what manifests in your physical reality because everything in your physical reality is you pushed out. Now, the next two types of dreams fall somewhere in between. They can be creations of your subconscious mind, or they can be a mystical dream. The line here is a bit blurry because at the end of the day, you're God of your reality. So on some level, the distinction between a dream sent by the divine and a dream your subconscious created can be a bit arbitrary. There are two types of dreams that fall into this in-between category. The first type is what I call divine inspiration kind of dreams. Here's what I mean by this. Say you're trying to find a solution to a problem and nothing comes to mind. You go to bed and you dream about this incredible solution that would totally work. And you would never ever have thought of this solution no matter how much you tried. Or you're manifesting something, say for example a new job, and you dream about having this incredible job at a specific company, and it's not even the kind of position or the kind of field you would normally have chosen, but it's so awesome and it suits your personality so much. You wake up and realize that, hey, I never thought of applying for a position in that field. But come to think of it, it's totally doable because it looks like I have all the qualifications for that kind of position. How come I never thought of it before? This is the kind of dream where you basically receive information of some sort that points you in the right direction or guides you as to what action you should physically take to manifest your desire easily and effortlessly, like applying for a job in a field you'd never have considered otherwise but is perfect for you, or calling a specific person who will turn out to have the solution to a problem. The other type of dream in this in-between category is prophetic dreams. This is the kind of dream where you dream of something happening before it actually happens in the physical world. Prophetic dreams like that are probably the most common metaphysical experience that people, even people who don't believe in such stuff, have at least once in their lives. You dream that you were driving to work and a truck lost control and crashed your car. You think it's silly, but you still pick a different route to go to work that morning. Later, you hear on the radio about this horrible accident caused by a truck that happened at the exact spot it happened in your dream. That kind of thing. Now, sometimes dreams like that are nothing more than a projection of our fears, and there's no way to tell if a dream is just your fears or if it's a prophetic dream. Some people have prophetic dreams like that regularly, and if you're one of them, you probably already know how to tell if it's a prophetic dream because they often come with specific feelings. For example, you may feel butterflies in your stomach all day after such a dream, or you may have this intense feeling that something is really off, and you cannot shake that feeling no matter what. Overall, though, if you have such a dream and it's about something you can change or avoid, then maybe consider changing or avoiding it just in case. If you dream that you're on tomorrow's flight to London, for example, and the plane crashes, then maybe don't get on that plane tomorrow. If you dream that you were mugged at gunpoint on your way back from work, then maybe choose a different route to take a cab home instead. Now, some people believe that these dreams are proof that some things are predestined to happen. My view on this is a bit different. Creation is finished, which means every probable version of reality, all probable pasts, presents, and futures are already created, and they all exist now because time is an illusion. So I don't think that a prophetic dream is proof that something is predestined to happen. I believe that since all probable futures exist now, information flows both ways. You don't just have your past experiences to draw information from. You can receive information from the future that can help you achieve your dreams and adjust your actions to get what you want. So if there is a probable future where you get hit by that truck today, but this is not what you want to happen, and you have been focusing on living from a different end result that's after today, for example, a scene where you've married to a specific person and you have 3 kids and the puppy named Jack, then it's possible that you receive information from that future that will ensure that you will navigate towards that future. The future with a happy marriage, and the kids, and the pup, and not towards the future where you get hit by a truck. And such a dream may also be the result of the actions of a future version of you. For example, you, right now, can use revision to influence which probable version of your past is the one you call your past. You can use revision to alter things that happened in the past. For your future self, this moment you're living right now, as you're listening to this video, this version is their past. You right now, this version of you right now, is your future version's past. Maybe in one version of the future you did something that put you in harm's way, so a future version of you is using revision right now to change what happened, and this results in you having a prophetic dream so that you can avoid this bad thing. So you can avoid driving on that road when the accident is about to happen, or so you can avoid being on that flight. Now, the other big category of dreams are mystical dreams. Those are dreams that are not created by your subconscious mind, or, if you will, they're not created by the part of your consciousness that has forgotten that you're God that came here to live a human experience. It is created by another part of you that never fell asleep into this human experience and has always been conscious of being God of this reality. Neville Goddard used this quote from the Bible to explain this, where Jesus said, "For I and my Father are one, yet my Father is greater than I." Now at this point I want to remind you that Neville firmly believed that the Bible is a metaphor for the human imagination, and everywhere you see the word God in the Bible, it is talking about the human imagination, not a being in the sky that made this world. So if you take this quote For I and my Father are one, yet my Father is greater than I. It means exactly what I just explained. Jesus and his Father are one, but his Father is greater than him. Not because the Father is better or more powerful, but because the Father never incarnated on earth to have a human experience. So he has access to the full knowledge and understanding that he is God and therefore has his full powers. In the same way, there is human you who is only now awakening to the fact that you're God of your reality, and then there is this greater you that has created the whole of your reality and never incarnated here and never fell asleep and forgot your God. You can call that your higher self if you like, the perfect enlightened version of you. Anyway, back to mystical dreams. So these dreams aren't created directly by your subconscious like most other dreams, and there are a ton of different types of dreams that fall under this mystical dreams category. One example is having visions of angels or biblical scenes or mythological scenes or scripture. The prophets in the Old Testament had such dreams, and many famous artists and musicians had such dreams regularly. Two examples off the top of my head are Johann Sebastian Bach and William Blake. Neville had such dreams, and he mentions many of them in his lectures. I've had a lot of mystical dreams in my life, and some of them made no sense to me at all, and others had a clearer meaning. And some of them didn't make much sense at the time, but they made sense many years later. For example, many years ago and before I had studied Neville's lectures, I was frustrated with the information and manifesting that was out there, because many things didn't make sense to me and didn't sound right or practical at all. So I was trying to figure out how manifesting truly works. And during that time, I had several dreams that revealed things to me about the nature of reality, or dreams where I experienced the nature of time and parallel realities firsthand, and how they are all connected to each other. So I could finally understand through experience, not just intellectually, and make sense of stuff that if you only know them intellectually, you can't really put them to practical use. And while some of these things didn't make much sense at the time, and I still didn't know how to use them in physical life, when I found Neville's lectures, he explained many of the same things. Many of the things that had been revealed to me in such mystical dreams, and many of these pieces and revelations I'd had, finally clicked, and I could see how all these different pieces of the puzzle fit together in a way that is actually workable and can be used to manifest things in physical reality. Now, this video is already getting too long, so I won't talk about specific experiences today, but if you guys want to hear some examples of such experiences, let me know in the comments, and I may create a video on that topic in the future and share some experiences I've had and experiences from other people I know. Now, as I said, the meaning behind these dreams isn't always immediately clear. Sometimes they answer a question, help you understand a concept you're studying, while other times they come out of nowhere, and you may not be able to make sense of them for many years or even at all. It is also the case sometimes that you may be shown something that makes zero sense to you because it just doesn't translate well into physical experience. For example, if you're shown how a 12-dimensional world looks like, maybe your spiritual senses may be able to experience that during the dream, but your physical body isn't constructed to be able to perceive something like that. So the moment you wake up, it all gets fuzzy, because your brain cannot translate that into images or sounds, because nothing like that exists in our physical reality. It's like, I don't know, let's say everyone's born deaf in this reality, for example. No creature had organs to perceive sound. And you had a mystical dream one day where you heard a symphony played by an orchestra. Now, during the experience, this could make total sense. And it could be magical and incredibly beautiful. But waking up into a body that isn't constructed to perceive sound at all, your brain wouldn't be able to store this information somehow. So it would either fade away, or you would just have no terms to describe it. That's why after many such dreams, you end up with a weird jumble of pictures and sounds that make zero sense after waking up. Because that's the best your brain could do to translate the experience you had into what it knows and can process. Some things just don't translate well into physical experience, period. Another common type of mystical dream is a dream where you're visited by or communicate with spirits. A very, very common dream of that kind that many people have is one where a religious figure, for example the Virgin Mary or a saint, appear to give you guidance or warn you about something. Another type of dream that falls into this category is a dream where you're visited by or communicate with someone who has passed, usually someone you were close to in life, like a relative or a close friend. In many cases, people who don't usually remember their dreams at all and may not even believe in spirits or life after death have such a dream after the passing of someone close to them. There are many more types of mystical dreams, but I believe I've covered enough of them to give you a clear idea of the most common types of dreams you may experience, what they mean and how they may relate to manifesting and to the specific things you're manifesting right now. If you liked this video, let me know in the comments, give it a thumbs up, share it so other people who want to know about dreams and manifesting can watch it too. And if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life. Thank you so much for watching.